our morning show here on TTT, and it's a very special morning. We're going to launch a big initiative in sport. Here, that is why I'm here. I'm Wayne Cunningham, Director of Sport at TTT, and we're going to hear more about this DNA East-West Corridor Football League later on as we go along. But first, we have a special welcome from our brand new minted chairman, Mr. Michael T. Kerr. Michael Kerr.
Good morning, good morning, good morning indeed to you, Wayne, and to the entire staff and everyone in studio. It's a pleasure this morning to be here with you, of course, for this major launch. And I want to start off by saying that TTT is the official station for the DNA League and the games and all that's happening. So it's a pleasure.
Chairman, it's the official station for the DNA League. It's your first big project. Tell me how you feel about the football coming to TTT.
Well, first of all, I want to say a pleasant good morning to our Honorable Prime Minister, Kamala Prasad-Bissessar, who plays a very critical role in this. I want to make that absolutely clear. And we all know that history is not created by those who say that's the way things are, but instead, things will no longer be the way they are. And many times we're disconnected with the fact of the raw talent that we have. You hear so much about it. You go to different areas, you see that raw talent. It's unrefined. This DNA League is major in the sense that taking that raw talent, taking these young people and exposing them, and hopefully we're going to have some big stars soon on the international market. So it means a lot to us, and being a part of it, especially looking at it from a grassroots level, this is a great opportunity, and we are proud and honored to be a part of it.
Thank you very much, Chairman. We're going to get right into it because everybody now wondering what is the DNA League. And the name says it. The DNA League encompasses the East-West Corridor. And when I spoke to the brainchild behind the league a couple of months ago, Senator David Nakhid, he said it's in the vein of the Eddie Hart League, but way more professional and with more benefits to the players and the communities. I'm going to let him deal with that aspect of it. So I'll introduce him right now, my good friend, Senator David Nakhid. Tell us about this DNA League. Where did the concept come from and why?
Well, good morning to everyone in Trinidad and Tobago. And thanks, Wayne, friend for a long time. The concept actually came from someone sitting right next to me. You know, during one of our discussions, he's Lebanese, Trinidadian, by the way, like myself, and we were talking about what we could do to make things on the corridor a little. This was at the height of all the murders going on during the last administration and the rampage across the East-West Corridor, the bloodletting. And he said to me, well, why don't we do something from the grassroots, from the league? And I said, John, well, that's a perfect idea. So I started to put things in place. Of course, I approached the Prime Minister, and her response was immediate. Let's get this done. Let's get it implemented. And we started to put things in place. We brought in people I consider very professional. We brought in Travis Mulrain as Director of Operations. We brought in Randy Glasgow, our producer, and we brought in a professional team. Many of them you will meet right now. And of course, we have the support of the MPs, of course, the corridor, and of course, Trinidad and Tobago, because it's not only East-West Corridor. That is a symbolic name for the league. But we have South Central and Tobago as well involved in this league as well.
So we have a national league then?
It's a national league. It's a nationwide.
Because I understand you have teams in Tobago as well.
Exactly.
Right.
So we made it more expansive. We must give kudos to the people who have gone before us. Eddie Hart started this league in 1967, and it was aimed to keep the corridor basically together. And we're looking for that civic engagement, that community engagement across the board. And that's why we see such a response, the amount of people we have here waiting to speak about the league and be involved in it. So and all down to the Prime Minister.
So you think it will be exciting like when Champlain used to play Mondo back in the day?
You know, when we used to beat Ole all the time, I remember Ole well. You know, so we're looking at that's exactly what we're looking for, Wayne.
Okay.
We're looking for that kind of competition in a positive manner between the communities. We're going to have a cultural aspect as well to it. And, you know, this is the kind of grassroots initiative that the corridor needs, that Trinidad and Tobago needs. You know, we've seen enough talk, we've seen enough events where people just come and do something for 2 days and then they go home with nothing. this has benefits, actual benefits towards the people who participate in their own development.
All right. Coming back to you, Senator Nakhid, let me go to Mr. Aboud, because you tell me he is an integral part of the plan and so forth, and a very important part. You join as a partner in this league. Tell me why.
Well, I always felt that sports and community go hand in hand. And in a conversation that I had with Senator Nakhid maybe 3-4 months ago, he's a footballer, he's Mr. Football in Trinidad. And I suggested to him, why don't you organize a league in the East-West corridor and throughout the country that will bring people together. Let it be community-based, and we will assist by sponsorship. And we feel that this is the kind of sponsorship that brings community, youth, older people together in a competitive, and a friendly, competitive manner. And we felt it would have been something very useful and very harmonious for society generally. So we're very happy to be involved, and we look forward to a successful first year, and this is the beginning.
All right. The partners normally come on and they put some cash up and so forth and so forth. But as I understand, you're a bit more involved.
Well, not really. The administration and organization of the league is really Senator Nakhid and his team. I mean, they are the experts in that area. We will lend whatever support that we need to lend that they ask for in terms of organization, and of course financial support that is required, particularly as incentives for the competition. So we are there to support in any way we can.
But I know you are how to call it, a very multi-owned businessman. So which one of the brands will we?
So we've decided to let Amalgamated Security sponsor it, because Amalgamated Security is a large security company with employees from all over the country. So I suspect that once this league starts, we're going to have rivalry within the company in terms of community support, who's supporting what, etc., which is all very healthy and friendly. So we're very happy about it.
Thank you very much, Mr. Aboud. Now, people might know, but if you take a look at the white shot, we have 2 national captains on set, former national captain, Mr. Travis Mulray at the back, and 2 of them play for Caledonia at one point in time. And just had to get that in there. Yeah. Travis, you're the point man on the league. Tell us what stage you're at, what you're looking at with regards to participation, not just the areas, we got that from David, but the amount of teams, and break down how the league is going to crown a champion.
Well, we were targeting 48 teams. As it stands, we may have more than 48 teams. So the fixed-year guys may have some work to do. It's all about reconnecting the communities with the football. The football has been disconnected from the communities over the last 20 years, and we need to give the youth a platform to showcase their talents. Right? We are trying to unearth the next Dwight York, the next Russell Latapi. So this taught us Spain that we plan to take this all-star team to. Hopefully, we can get 1 or 2 guys being contracted and start the ball rolling. Because as you know, we are at ground zero at the moment with our football. We just failed to qualify for a World Cup. So we have to start the rebuilding process. So it's very good that a day like today, we are launching this tournament.
Yeah. Tell us about a day like today.
A day like today.
A lot of people know a day like today.
Yeah. Morning after. Morning after.
Yeah, so that's the main goal. The main goal is to showcase our talented youth, give them a platform to perform, and open doors for them.
All right.
Yes.
Before, you'll notice on set we also have MP Wayne Sturge. This is where the football rivalry will come in. We'll come to you just now, but we have a very important gentleman on set as well, where Trinidad and Tobago football seem to neglect this a lot of times, especially at this level. You know, if you go to the national team level, and I think at the national team level and all, sometimes it's lacking, right? We have Dr. Hack, who is the chief medical officer for the DNA League. Dr. Hack, how you got involved, and why are you involved?
Well, Senator Nakhid spoke to me about this very briefly, actually, and when I saw the release of the project itself, I thought it would be extremely interesting if we were to get involved from the medical aspect. Now, medical aspect and sport this is very important. It is important as a coordinator to have all players have pre-participation clearance from a medical perspective, because you're going out to a wider community, and therefore you do not know what preconditions, health conditions these young men might have. And so you need to clear that, whether it's a questionnaire, medical examination, etc. A couple tests may be required. You also would want to establish the limitation for their own health, because sport is a very competitive thing. One can provoke certain diseases, like asthma can come up due to exercise. So you want to know if the player has a history of asthma. That's just an example. It is also important for injury prevention and rehabilitation and back to the sport as quickly as possible. So this support is actually critical. The age group that we are dealing with, these is a period in the lives of youth that they are most physically fit, or they are most healthy compared to any other age group in the lifespan of the individual. But that's physical. Mentally, they are most susceptible, and that will be one of the main focuses of the
So what
medical.
you're saying, mental health is a prime.
Mental health is a critical component of this, right? And this is well documented medically, scientifically.
But not to belabor the point, but that sounds like an extensive endeavor, because we're talking about 48 teams, as Travis said, or more.
Yeah.
Each team 11 to 20 men.
Right.
Right.
So you're looking at 500-600
yeah.
people or more. But it's self-reporting,
doable.
and there are basic instruments that you can administer to these individuals, where you have a good idea of the mental health status of the person.
Okay.
Yeah, there are basic, well-proven instruments, questionnaires that they will fill out, and and then from that you can determine what needs they may have and so forth.
All right. But now we're getting into the nitty-gritty of the business.
Control to you.
Mr. Serge,
Director.
Toko Sandy Grande. Who you bringing?
We have several teams in Toko Sandy Grande. In fact, we just more or less completed a league. It is a community that boasts several high-profile sportsmen, including footballers. We on more is from Sandy
Call him the
Grande.
Gazelle from Sandy Grande.
Yes, and we also had Mervyn Dillon. We had Keyshawn Walcott and a few others from the community. So Toko Sandy Grande is a community where it produces a lot of sportsmen, and so we are looking forward to a good showing. I'm sure we'll win against teams like lesser teams like Tunapuna and St. Augustine and these places. And we have an MP who I played football back in the 80s in Eddie Hart, and back in those days we didn't have the type of crime we had now. We in fact, in Port of Spain, we had several football leagues in the Savannah. Yeah. And in the Queen's Park Savannah, you had about 20 different teams competing. So at that time, and if you understand how crime and criminality works, at that critical age, late teens in particular, what people look for is community. You are leaving school, and people want to belong to something. And if you don't have a sense of community, and you feel ostracized, you'll go to where you feel a sense of belonging. And that's how people end up in gangs and so on. They start smoking together, smoking weed together. They graduate to other things. And when they become integral, now that we have this proliferation of guns and so on, that's where we have the high criminality. Back then, we didn't have that. Back then, we had community. Now, I grew up in Serrano Road in Belmont. The rivalry was playing against teams higher up in Maryland Hill and all these places, or St. Babs, which is just...
So
So that was the rivalry then. Now, you live in Serrano Road and you can't go St. Barb's. The St. Barb's used to play football against 20, 30 years ago. So this league, in essence, is seeking to bring back that sort of positive rivalry where people feel a sense of belonging. You belong to a team, you go to support your team against, so it's Toko Sandy Grande, or teams from Toko Sandy Grande, and the supporters coming out and cheering on their team against teams from Tunapuna and so on. So that we'll have a positive rivalry, and we seek to put an end to the criminality.
All right, Mr. Sturge, we're going to take a break right now. We're coming back at you because I like your positivity. But, you know, I think MP Alexander will have something to say.
He can't play football. He's just a strong
So,
man.
yes, we're going to take a break right now. When we come back, more on the DNA League. Welcome back. We're talking DNA football, the DNA East-West Corridor Football League. As we heard before, we're looking for over 48 teams throughout, and it's not just East-West Corridor again. We're going as far as Carnage, into the south, and into Tobago. So, and it's going to be ultra minor league. You understand? And we have on set some top-class footballers again jittery now because only more rivals coming on the set. You know, we like to welcome Ansel Elcock.
Thank
you. How you doing, my friend? You know, and we have a minister who they say was a baller. Right? I don't know. I can't remember meeting him. You know, I don't know if David remember meeting him or Travis. Welcome.
How are you?
MP Keza.
How are you doing, sir?
All right.
Pleasant morning.
Straight to you we come in, you know, because MP Sturge say he win in the league. Plain and simple. All right? Plain and simple. But you come from Football Town, right?
That's right.
Football Town Point Fortin.
That's correct. That's correct.
All the big names.
All the big names.
Yeah. Right? So tell me what you're doing to combat Mr. Sturge. No, he are real pace bowlers. He are real pace bowlers. But you are footballers. Strong history of football in Point Fortin. So firstly, tell me what you think of the league, you know, and what your constituency bringing to the fore.
Well, first of all, thank you very much for the invitation. And I'm here first and foremost, as I greet the Trinidad and Tobago, I'm here first and foremost to support Senator Nakhid and his initiative. This initiative is an excellent one. We in Point Fortin, as you very well know, this is Point Fortin's football tongue. I know my senator might disagree, but I'm simply saying that that's the facts, right? And Point Fortin, we will be bringing a team. He know that, you know. Yeah, but since the program was launched and the secret came out, I have already started to send out some feelers. So definitely, we'll be bringing a team from Point. Now, the little challenge that we have the Pro League going on right now, and Civic Center is the team is Point Fortin. But definitely, we will let this opportunity pass. And I want to initiate no kind of old-time rivalry, north-south kind of thing. I want to do that. Not this morning, right? But I just say now, you know what I mean? I just say now. I don't want to initiate, but I just saying, you know. But generally, I want to say that Senator Nakhid, I want to congratulate you and your team, the entire organization of this DNA football. I want to give full endorsement, and whatever we could do from where I sit, from the Ministry of Energy and even in my capacity as MP to support this, full 100 support. Yes?
Very nice indeed. Yeah. MP Sturge, you hear that? That is why I keep you on set. Because I knew this was coming. You understand?
Well, it's good to dream.
Let's go back to the brains behind the whole project. David, we could talk leagues. It was brought up earlier from Port of Spain in the morning. They go and play in Mavina. You know, midday playing Curep on Old Street. Then they go up Tagariba. Then they go up Arima. It's not any other again, right?
No. What? You see, people, they haven't realized, when we talk about how the ground has been decimated by the former administration, they think we're talking politics, but no. We're looking at it from a grassroots perspective, and MP Keza is right. Point Fortin was the hotbed.
Yeah,
I mean, I could call names that I used to admire, from DeLeon to Steve David. I mean, everybody, Point Fortin know that. Tell me what's going on now. Tell me what's going on in Point 14. And that's why we have to come back to leagues like this that will allow people the platform, the avenue, to really develop their talent. And we have so many talented people. We talk about it all the time, ad nauseum. But what are we doing about it? And that's why I go back. I can't believe the immediacy that Kamala Prasad Bisasa, who never played football, who recognized, as John talked about, the importance of bringing back community. Because community engenders development across the board, in all aspects. It allows the young people of Trinidad and Tobago to really see an avenue for themselves, a pathway for themselves. And we have put that forward. We cannot hold our young people to account if we don't give them the facilitation to account. We can't give them things, and then we hold them to account when we give them things. So we give them this opportunity, then we say, what are you doing? But we can't say what you're doing when you haven't given them anything. And for the last 10 years, they have suffered. The ground has been crying out for something like this. So we've responded.
Clearly. Let me move to my good friend, Ansel Alcock. You play at the highest level, national team, pro football, all over the world. Tell me what you think about this league and what it will do for your community from Frederick Settlement.
Morning again. Morning. Thanks for having us, Anisette. It's a pleasure being alongside these accomplished ministers of the country. You know, when David called on me to ask if I would be able to help, I said, David, you've been helping me all my life, so now is the time so that I could give back to you and, for extension, the youth of the nation, you know. So, onto that, what I want to say is that this league will be, well, there is where I started. I playing, as you say, the idea of playing in Shagwana vehicle waiting for us, you know. So this league will bring back the togetherness of the youth of the country and the competitive nature of the land, how it used to be around footballers, you know.
All right. Travis, you originally from Laventil, you know, that's the heart of the corridor, basically. You know, tell us from that aspect, not as an organizer, but as a baller from that area. What do you think it will do, you know, for youths coming out of Laventil, like Mova down by us and Sawa?
Well, again, it's about reconnecting with the community. We have Caledonia AIA playing in the Pro League. They play their home games where? Paisley Crawford Stadium. San Juan Jablote, Paisley Crawford Stadium. So it's not that model is not sustainable. We have to reconnect with the community so that there's this sense of ownership, there's this sense of belonging, and again, as we say, the competitive, healthy rivalry. We have to expose the youth to higher competition. If you throw your mind back to the 70s and 80s, we had top teams coming to Trinidad. Santos, Flamingo, Arsenal. I remember back in the day, I'm a student of the game, student of history. We beat Arsenal, ASL, 3-2. Ron Laferre scored a hat-trick against Pat Jennings. Now picture this in 2025. Arsenal comes down to Trinidad and we beat them 3-2. It is impossible to fathom. So that is how far our football has fallen. So we need to get back to that position where we are constantly being exposed to top-level competition. And this is what we want to afford the youth. Not just playing in a minor league and at the end of the league, that's it. We give them an opportunity to tour to Europe and play against top opposition and really know what top football is about.
All right. Thank you. Mr. Buda, coming back to you, because I want to go around the panel. Partnership in football is a very difficult thing to acquire, right? But have football-friendly partners, like your companies. You know, you could, if you come with the right proposal, you're all there to help, not just financially, but logistics-wise, organizational-wise. Tell me what you look for and saw in this league, so other people who, you know, have an idea to do something for sport, you know, could pick up on.
Well, look, sports generally is really, let me use the word, the glue that keeps communities and countries together. And every time we win something internationally, everybody is in a good mood. When we lose a game, everybody is sour. So from that perspective, it's in our DNA, so to speak. So this league, we've always thought that a community-based football league is a good catalyst to engender community spirit, good sportsmanship, healthy competitiveness. And as I said, when I was having a chat with Senator Nakhid, and you know, he being a footballer, you know, I bounced it off of him, and he said that's a great idea. Let me get back to you. So we're very happy. Listen, we're not looking for anything. If this league succeeds and meets the objectives that Senator Nakhid has put down, we hopefully are supporting the objectives, which is, we've said it already. So we are very happy, we're very pleased, we're very proud to participate in however way we can. And if at the end of the first year, you never know, we might get 1 or 2 stars showing up, mission accomplished threefold. If the league is successful, people have had a good time, people have competed, and the spirit is there, that's enough for us. If we get a lanyap and the technical team or some overseas scout picks up a young man who they see something in that have potential for the future, that's gravy. And you know, that's nice gravy, but it's gravy. So we're very happy about the whole thing.
All right. Thank you. Travis, coming back to you with regards to, we going to the nitty-gritty, the team building. You know, we say you have a lot of teams out there wanting to participate in the league. What you looking for? What you're going to do? People going to adopt a team and come into the league? You're looking for people who build in teams, like, say, Minister Sturge has a lot of leagues up by him, Grandy, Toko, thing. If you go and pick an all-star team, if it's that way you want, tell me what you're looking for.
Well, our ideal situation is having a team from the community. So, for instance, we have players playing in the Tier 1, players in the Tier 2, players from SSFL. So if that group can come together and present a nice team that will be very competitive and represent their community, that is what it's all about.
Right. Understood now.
Yes.
You made it picture very clear. With that, we have more on the DNA League to come. We're going to take a break right now. When we come back, I think we have some action outside. We're keeping Mr. Sturge because he pelting threats and a man outside waiting for him.
Who's that?
Welcome back. We're talking DNA football here on TDT. It's the biggest thing to happen in football in a long time regarding community football. So we have some MPs coughing it out on set. We will deal with that just now. We'd like to say a special good morning to the Honorable Prime Minister, Kamala Prasad Bisasab, SC. You know, we know she's watching because she is an integral part of the organization of this DNA East-West Corridor Football League. And on set, we have the chairman of TTT, and we jumping in on board full pelt. And the chairman's going to tell us why. Chairman Kerr, TTT is the network, is the official network of the DNA League. Tell us why, benefits to TTT, benefits to the community, and so forth.
Well, Wayne, again, pleasant good morning. It sells itself. I mean, bottom line. I mean, we can talk about it all day, but the fact of the matter is that, you know, when Senator Nakhid came about and said, listen, this is something that has to be done, and we said, no, it's something that needs to be done, and we want to be a part of it. I think too many times we have that loss syndrome where we see young people at certain stages in their life and we say, well, you know, like we lost a good one, whether it be, unfortunately, chalked out on the ground because of whatever activity. But now we're saying this raw talent that we know exist in many of these areas, in many of these constituencies. And yes, you'll hear many ministers trying to relive their youth again through many of these programs. But that's okay. That's right. That's what it's all about. You know? But most importantly, this is a league that I think anyone who really and truly wants to see many of this raw talent refined and of course, groomed and out there on the international circuit knows that we have a lot to offer. So it's only fair that TTT step forward and say, hey, listen, we want to be a part of this.
Yeah. And David, was that your idea with regards when you spoke to TTT and you spoke to me earlier on, you know, to bring a network in on it too, so the nation will share what we're going through with the DNA League?
Of course, because what we have here, we have people in Trinidad and Tobago who know more about Manchester United, Arsenal, teams all over the world than they know about their own community. You know, they know about their own national players. We want to bring that back to where we bring in the community names to be household names. And once people, and statistics have shown that, once people know the people in their community, they stay away from crime. Once they're connected to their community, they stay away from crime. They don't commit crimes. And right now, we have people in the East-West corridor who have become hustlers in their own communities. They've become hustlers in their own community, preying on their own in their communities. We're going to take that away from the equation and get the communities back together.
All right. Talking about communities, I want to go back to the community of Point Fortin, you know, and the sport down there. Although we have the oval refurbished and all that, and civic center, you know, playing in the Pro League, something missing, I believe, you know, and I want to get your opinion on that.
Well, that might be a whole
show.
A whole show. But just to get straight to the point, we have Mahaika Oval. But after Mahaika Oval, we don't have any real significant grounds that are up to standard. We are now in the process of trying to revive all these football grounds. Coronation Park, which is the largest recreation space in the Southland. It is if you go to Coronation Park now, the grass taller than the roof, taller as the roof here. I mean, we had about 3 months ago, Minister Alexander and Minister Anna Roberts came down to do a tour of all these spaces and so on. I also had Minister Watt, because we are now in the process of redefining Coronation Park. There was a project that started in the last administration. I mean, laudable, but it was misplaced, because Coronation Park, since the time when the FIFA had the World Under-17 World Cup, there was a proposal to build a proper football certified stadium with a Mondo track. I mean, if I were to start talking about sports in Point Fortin and Library, I have to go as far back to people like Alvin Daniel and these fellas and them, right? We talk about persons right now, in the now, there's a myriad of young fellas who are the top level in football. Jabari Mitchell, Ezekiel Kiza, young Sherwin Julian's son, and I could go on and on and on. It's hundreds of them with limited outlets, right? We have a lot of coaches in Point Fortin, about 5 major coaches that coach young people. But when they leave the arms of those coaches, there's nowhere to go. And there's one off-season league led by a team called, a group called Deportivo. Those young men have been doing... Carrington and Stevie and these, but they have been doing human service with no support. So really, this DNA Football League will not just revive football at the community level, but it will set a blueprint for other communities to follow. And that is why I am here to support this, because I want to see something like that done. You have to understand, sir, as a statement I make since I came into Paul, of all my mother's children, I love myself the best. Meaning, you see where Point Fortin is concerned, I do what I have to do to make sure that we build Point Fortin and lift up Point Fortin where it is now. And something like this is a real inspiration, and we want to see something like this done by me. So that's all, David. Hats off again to you and your entire team, yeah?
Hats off to the Prime Minister.
And our PM, of course. Yeah, man.
Well, while we were here, talking to Minister Keza, Minister Alexander came in. Alexander telling you right about now, men pelt Richards.
What?
Telling you,
Nah.
men say he can't play football.
Who?
He don't know about football. I
Nah.
don't name. But the defense man was in defense. Welcome to TDT, sir.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you for having me.
Give me your thoughts on the DNA League and what you bring into the table, because these gentlemen here, man going to revive football tongue point 14, still say turning pace bowlers into footballers. So we going with that.
So, so before I got here, all the slackness get out of the way, right? I had to support what my brother Keza said just now, boy. We had to give full props to the Prime Minister and Honorable David Nakhid. I mean, 7 months. 7 months in, you changed the whole national sporting landscape, introduce a proper football league. I mean, this is where this is going to go. There's going to mobilize all this young energy. We keep talking about it. When you go in Cocorita and see 20,000 children, nothing to do, Morva, Beatam, Lavantel, Sealots, Diego Martin, all of these communities, Rich Plain, Covine, La Puerta, Mason, Factory Road, they have so much talent. I always ask myself, what would a Dwight York be without a boots, or Brian Lara without a bat? Think about the world that we live in. Trinidadians have fought above their weight class in every discipline all through history. Our sportsmen, from this tiny little dot, we've done a lot, and it took the vision, and I had to give David his props, because we didn't know what he had brewing in the background. He there normal and quiet with us, and this big thing bubbling, and what he announced here, I'm looking forward to it. Right now I have my full squad looking for teams all through Port of Spain, North St. Anne's West. We come in. We come in.
You come in. Minister Keza come in. Minister Sturge come in. All right.
We won that trophy.
It has some outlying ministers who indicate that they bring in some bomb squads, but we didn't see them here this morning.
Well, my namesake Roger Alexander, I know he and Khadija, they in it with him long time. So it gonna be interesting.
I was expecting to see Minister Roger Alexander here, because he come from a constituency rich with football history.
Yes. Yeah.
Puna, Montnix and so Frank and St. Vincent Street
Phoenix
and all these people. All right? But right about now, I'll tell earlier, we heard the talk, you know. We know Point 14 have the history. You call some good leagues down by you, but right now, Minister Sturgeon pole position, you know, he come with a good team. Not because he was here first, but you know, he took a good game. So all you gotta shut him up.
I'm surprised I'm not seeing Morris here from the time the league announced he jumped out with a team.
Who's that?
Nicholas from Miaro. Miaro have a team early in the game. I waiting for the unveiling of the trophy. The on bragging rights, the first win of that first trophy is all the bragging rights.
So,
your name first.
All right. Senator Nakhid, so give us, after today, it will be high anticipation. You know, when people going to start to see these football in the communities and so forth, these footballers in the community playing in this league. So give us a little small timeline, if you could.
Well, let me mention first that this is the first grassroots initiative where the money will actually go to the people participating in their own development.
Amen.
It's not going to the service providers and to the people who organize it. It's going to go, we have $120,000 as first prize. This is unheard of at this grassroots level. The Prime Minister insisted on that happening. We have 75,000 in second place and 50,000 in third place. We have an all-star team that will be picked to go to Spain. I'm just giving you the idea of where the money will go. It's going to people who are actually concerned about their own development.
But you have a philosophy, why so much money for this league?
Yes, because normally we put money into service providers. You hear an event, PNM had a caravan event, and when you look at who get the money, is the service provider getting money, the administrators who get the money. We're doing something, we promised to do something different to the people of Trinidad and Tobago. That's what we're doing. So we put money in the hands of people in the community, eventually. And that's part of it. As for the logistics of it, I'll turn over to But Travis, he knows exactly when the league will start and how we go about it.
Travis?
Yes, our target date is the 6th of December. So hopefully by the end of this week, we will be full. We already have there's a projection that we may have more than 48 teams. So as I said, the fixture guys will have to get busy, right? And we are really looking forward to kickstarting this great initiative and rekindling that love in the communities and that passion for football.
All right. Mr. Kiza, you were very passionate with regards to reviving football in your community and so forth. And we called some leagues from down there. Tell us how you're getting all those guys who working with Carrington and these fellows and them into this initiative.
Well, first of all, just being here, actually, I am in constant contact with what is happening with my community. Football, my home is a football home.
Okay.
Because
Ezekiel Kiza.
that's my son.
Hey.
Oh.
So, so, and because of that, and I'm in constant communication with most of the people. As I tell you, I am so that after today, because I already receive interest in the league. So when Senator Nakhid asks to be here, I make it my business. I mean, I finished constituency 11 o'clock last night, and I make sure that I'm here, simply because that my being here is what is going to spawn. I'm sure when I leave here this morning, sometime during the course of the day, I'm going to get a call, hey, XYZ, how we sponsoring so, because I'm telling you, a point team coming in this league. I ain't saying that, I ain't talking like an ex-man who's talking about cricket and no. We know about football, if you know what I mean. So, but on a direct note, we have already started. I want to thank first and foremost our Prime Minister for her vision. But I also want to thank some of the key ministers that have been working in the background. Minister Nakhid, Senator Nakhid, of course, and Minister Watts have been assisting us so that come the new year, we want to start that rebuilding. I've already been in contact with most of the coaches who do minor league, and I've been there in Point Forte because we really want to bring back. This DNA is a blueprint. It is a signpost. It is a direct beacon towards revival. We need that. If it is football, World Cup, I mean, I won't go into that. Yeah. But if it is, we have to get back where we need to be. I agree with Mr. Travis, and so in terms of getting back where we need to be, this league is a right step in the proper direction.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Minister Kiza. Thank you very much, Minister Sturge, Minister Alexander, Chairman, Travis Murray, my brother, David Nakhid, my brother. Thank you very much for being here at TTT, and we're looking forward to being your partners in this DNA League. What's that? Minister Alexander, I'll come back to you mid-league. I'm coming back to you, Mr. Sturge. I'm coming back to you, Mr. Kiza.
Yes, sir.
Right? Right now, we have the entertainment segment of our show. Panis Delia Haynes going to take us out. Thank you very much, and you're all welcome at TTT anytime.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you.